Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining another edition of Reporter's Notebook. My name is Kelsey O'Donnell, and we're happy to have you join us. This week, I'm joined by Kayla Schmidt again. We've got 2 weeks in a row. This is a treat.
Oh yeah, K squared, baby.
I love it. So, Kayla, you did a story today about a Jacksonville educator. Can you kind of run me through it? So we've got some positive news. So I guess a feel-good Thursday.
Yes, there you go. Bring that into the mix. So, a Jacksonville instructor actually won a national award. So, this is throughout the whole country for her use of technology, the technology called iReady. Now, the award is called the Inspire Award. So, why is it called that? I bet you could imagine. She has inspired so many students, so many teachers here locally in Jacksonville, across Eastern North Carolina, and across state lines with this digital platform that schools are using. And get this, they've been using this for 3 years,
Oh, wow.
but with the pandemic, they've started using it even more and learned more about it and how to use it even better. And she said, without knowing how to use this iReady software or having access to the program beforehand, now turning virtual would have been a nightmare. And it was much easier to make that switch having that software already.
What exactly is the software? I know a lot of kids right now, I don't have children of my own, but I do have a brother that's in high school, and learning all of the things that they have to go through just to be in school is incredible. And I give all the credit in the world to all of these teachers. But what exactly is this iReady software that you were mentioning?
Yes, so the iReady software allows for teachers to stay in contact with students in and out of the classroom. It allows them to see certain diagnostic tests. It allows them to see data of how a certain student is doing throughout the year. And it really shows, the success on the teacher's end and on the student's end, which is really important when you're not in that face-to-face environment every day. But one thing she did say is she's very grateful she learned how to use this virtual program prior to, making all these switches. And she did make another note saying, making the best use of technology before things like the pandemic or,
Sure,
things
yeah.
that might separate us. Prior to those things happening, we should know how to use it and use it to the best of our abilities. So making these switches is easier on students, on children, and on obviously teachers trying to teach students.
So was she put into the running when she first signed up for iReady, or was this something you had to be nominated for?
Sorry about that, just got
That's
a little
okay.
text. But she actually this came as a surprise to her. She had no idea.
Oh, that's so exciting.
She said she's basically still in shock, and now that she won, she will throughout the year be able to inspire virtually, hopefully one day person to person, others using the iReady software.
And forgive me, remind me of her name again.
Her name is Elizabeth Nydorf.
So, Elizabeth, did you get to meet with her today?
Yes, I actually got to speak with her, and she was so excited and so humbled, and she was really funny. So, as you and I both know, we're digital reporters, so we shoot with our phones. And she was like, "Oh, thank God you don't have a big camera," because I was so nervous. It can be intimidating. So, there's pros and cons to the phone, but one of the pros is your interviewee is a lot more comfortable.
I absolutely. People are a little bit blown away when I show up places and they're like, "That's it? That's all you're going to use?" But hey, this is the best thing we've got right now. It's got the best quality and sometimes even better than some of the cameras that we have right now that I'm blown away by some of our work.
Right? Yeah, and the a spokesperson for the school that also joined with in on the interview said after he saw me the first time use it, he went out and bought one of his own.
Oh yeah.
So it's a really popular setup. And but back to the teacher, she's very humbled. The software is seems to be growing nationally and doing good things for Onslow County schools.
Right. So not only the software, but the phones, like we were mentioning, I feel like we're moving into this digital first era. Did she say how her students responded?
Oh yes, she says her students love it. So now there's sometimes when they're in school and there's sometimes when they're out of school. She says when they are in school and she gets to see certain students down the hallway, they run up to her, they scream, "Oh, I've completed 5 lessons today. I'm so excited."
Oh.
So she makes it fun for them. She doesn't make it a chore for them. She doesn't make it seem like, here's another thing we have to deal with during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I think that plays into also knowing how to use it before the pandemic happened.
Okay. Do you know the age range that she teaches?
Well, she has taught a lot of different grade levels as well as coach sports. So
Okay,
if you'd
there we
like
go.
to see, for our sports girl over there, her full resume, if you'd like to call it, is in my online article at WNCT.com.
Awesome. Okay. I think if I ever were to get out of broadcasting, I would 100% get into teaching or coaching.
Right? I could totally
love it.
see you as a sports coach, something in that realm. But
I do. I've always
stay in the news world, please. Stay in the news world, please.
You never know. I think time will eventually age me with all the stress of this job, but maybe I'll go back and teach broadcasting one day, but we'll see. We will see.
There you go. We'll tag team on that.
I love it. So Kayla's article can be found on, again, like she said, WNCT.com under our online originals page. There are 4 of us digital reporters. If you guys are watching and we're unaware, we're always creating really awesome digital content. I myself am one. Kayla's another. Emily Severich and Victoria Holmes are our other 2. They've got their podcast series. So there's a whole bunch of things on our website that if you're just watching the newscast, you're missing out on. So you definitely want to go head over there.
You're missing out on so much. The newscast is the tip of the iceberg. You got to dive into this baby for the good stuff. Let me tell you.
All right, Kayla, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We really appreciate having you on, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in Greenville sometime soon.
Oh, yes. I will see you Monday for WNCT Now updates.
I love it. All right. And to our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to another week of Reporter's Notebook with Kayla Schmidt and myself. Thank you again, and have a great night.